Hey Taurus, Starseed, Lightworker, Twin Flame and Soulmates. Welcome to Lorraine Rangi's Tarot. Now, just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I just like to say I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as counselling and mentoring, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video. So let's dive in there, let's bust a move, and let's see what's going on with both you and your person's love journey thus far. Let's see what messages the cards have for you. Alright, let's go. Alright, so you were coming in with the High Priestess, and you were coming in with the Fool card here in your reading. A lot to be said about those two cards here, Taurus. There's a lot going on. These two cards talk about you, of course. They also, it's coming in as some kind of persona here, some reputation being recognized here. That's how these two cards are coming in. Here, okay. Now, it's recognized by others, but also your person here, and also what you know about yourself here in your reading. Now, see what I get here with the High Priestess and also the Fool card. So let me go back to the High Priestess here. What I get with the High Priestess is that you're quite a dedicated and hard-working person here. You're coming in with changes here. But it's what it talks about here in your reading is that some of these changes here, the changes, it's ongoing. There's no end point here. So it's almost like it's constant changes. And what I mean there in your reading, these changes are also about you getting certain things correct and being correct in yourself. That's how the High Priestess and the Fool card is coming in. You know, what it talks about there also in terms of the High Priestess, you're coming in with your everyday life, how you apply what you know here in your reading. It's not actually a 9-to-5 job here. This is actually coming in as a lifestyle, a choice. Is that the right way of saying it? Well, what I get with the High Priestess and the Fool card is that this is some kind of investment. This is fully investing in you here to make that conscious effort to take the correct action. But this conscious effort, what I'm getting here in your reading, is actually coming in as a new cycle for yourself. That's what it talks about here. And so it also comes across as, well, it's like your mannerisms, it's your characteristics, your behavior here. See, with the Fool card coming in, I always see the Fool card as self-development, self-improvement here, self-worth, self-love here in your reading. And it's almost coming in as learning how to take the correct step here. It's not like you woke up one morning and you started to listen to your inner voice and follow your inner knowing here. See, with these two cards here in your reading, what it tells me here is that because of your dedication, or this is where you're going, because of your dedication and your hard work in terms of making certain changes in your life, these changes have to do with material, the way in which you look at material possessions here. There's a change in that here in your reading. It does have to do with your everyday life. There is big changes there as well. Let me keep going here. Yeah, I know I'm coming in with you, but I need to come in with you first, so that you understand here and that you can connect the dots here in your reading. See, you're not a la-di-da kind of person here, yet you have that kind of air about you, but that comes in as the freedom. It's like freedom to learn for yourself, freedom to take certain action without being limited here or restricted by social norms or even by people here or even by a 9-to-5 job here in your reading. Then it's not a 9-to-5 job here. You're coming in with the High Priestess and the Fool card, and what it talks about there in your reading is that is full commitment, and that full commitment for you here in your reading is learning to take the correct action. And like I said, this is coming in as one huge cycle here. New cycle is what it talks about. But in order to come in this way, here, Taurus, what it talks about there in your reading is that you had to learn about the past cycle here. Now, what it can also be talking about here in your reading is that you're learning, you're ending out a past cycle here, where you didn't have the confidence here in your reading, or it kind of comes in here in your reading is that you didn't fully invest here. See, I get with the Fool card here in your reading is learning to give things a go is the best way in which I can break it down for you. Learning to give things a go, but there's no expectation. There's no wanting to control how things are going to look, but also wanting to control yourself here. And that control could very well be those negative patterns of thinking here, like, I can't do that. Oh, why would I want to do that for? I'm just not interested in that. But you never gave it a go. That's what it talks about here. So you only stopped and limited yourself. This is coming in as the past cycle here. And then you're also coming in with negative patterns of behaving here in your reading. And those negative patterns of behaving here, of course, could have been people-pleasing here. I just want to touch on a few things here. Your material prosperity or your material resources here. Yeah. It can come in as being quite showy. You're coming in with vanity, the Joneses here. See, that's all being changed here in your reading because you don't follow that anymore. And you may have in the past here in your reading. It's coming in as, to be quite honest here, Taurus, you've got your own way about you. I do get here, you're coming in with social class, you are coming in that way, but what it also talks about here in your reading is that you're coming away from that mindset here. And I spoke about that vanity, I spoke about the Joneses here, always wanting what the other person has here. All of that's been looked at here. This is why you're coming in the way that you are here. And then you have your negative patterns of your negative attachments here, I should say, when it comes to your emotions here. And there's a lot to be said about that here in your reading, wanting to be accepted, wanting to belong. Like I said here, you're kind of in your own, in a new cycle, but you're in a lane by yourself here. It's almost telling me here in your reading, I don't know if that's the best way to say it here, but, you know, like you're lining up for a race, you know, and I've been talking about the 100-meter dash here, okay? And what I get there in your reading, it's like, well, you only have to beat yourself. There's nobody else that you're competing with here in your reading. And it does come in as some kind of mental discipline here. Because this is all about that conscious effort here, making that conscious effort here in your reading to plant positive seeds of change, of course, here. But that conscious effort actually has to do with changing how you did things in the past here. Now, what it also tells me here in your reading is that in terms of that class, that social class, when it comes to people that you know or that you, relationships that you're building here, you don't see people that way. Yet here, Taurus, you do have an idea. Everybody's treated the same. It's like you don't look at people because of their material possessions or because of what you can get out of them here. I get you build some really solid relationships here in your reading. There's a change in the way you see material wealth and possessions here. There's a slight change in the way that you do that. See, that's all about, it's coming in as that, making that conscious choice here so that you can get it right, so that you can have material prosperity here. It's coming in that way here in your reading, to look at certain things correct. Even money, the way in which you see money has changed here. That's all coming in here as well, here guys. See, what I get in terms of other people here, what it talks about there is that you're quite dedicated to what you do. That's what it's saying. You're very hard working. See, what I get, yeah, and it is coming in with the High Priestess and the Fool card here, is that you actually learn by doing, by taking that a practical approach here. So you, in terms of this conscious effort, what it talks about there to be correct here is that you actually take action here in your reading. When it comes to new ideas and new things here, you don't limit yourself here in your reading. It's coming in that way. See, there's a lot to be said with just both those two cards. Yeah, of course. I mean, straight off the bat, you could say, oh, la-di-da, here in your reading, la-di-da-di attitude. And I do get here in your reading that there is an easygoingness about you. It's easy to get to know you here. But, you know, there's more to you than just that. Just that. See, what I mean by you're easy to get to know here is that you don't have expectation. You don't put expectations on others. Here in your reading. See, extravagant for you, Taurus, is different. It's a different way in which you see extravagant nowadays. That's what I'm getting. That's what it talks about here. And in terms of that extravagance and decadence and things along those lines, you really appreciate those things now. There's something about that going on here. I'm not saying that you don't like material resources here. I do get that you do like good stuff. You do like the good stuff here. You do like doing things that are, there's such a flip side to what your reading is about here. You really appreciate here, but it's coming in as you just don't do it just because here. It's like you earn it. That's what I get. You earn your simple pleasures in life here. See, it's coming in as, and this is only just the scenario here, guys, so you take it if it applies here. It's coming in as, which one can I use here? See, coffee for you here, Taurus, isn't something you would drink every day anymore. Yeah. You would have a coffee maybe twice a week, but then you appreciate that coffee. That's what it's talking about here. There's a lot to be said. And so for your person, what I get here in your reading is that this leap of faith here, of course, it is about your person, but it's also about you here in your reading. Now let me keep going here. Now you are coming in with the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Hierophant guy. You are coming in with the Sun card. And you are also coming in with the Four of Cups here in your reading. See, what it talks about there in your reading, see, this is totally different to what you're up to here. Yeah, of course, they come in as really positive cards here in your reading. But what it talks about there in your reading is there's a difference between the way in which you live your life here, Taurus, and the way in which you see things to that of your person here in your reading. I've just got to make sure I nail this one here for you. See, it kind of comes in as, I spoke about those simple pleasures here, and I spoke about the coffee here in your reading. What it talks about here is that's how your person, that coffee for your person is actually you here. That's what I'm getting with the Hierophant and the Sun card here in your reading. Now coming in with the Ten of Pentacles here. Now for your person, what it talks about there in your reading is that Fool card, like I said, it's not about your person. It's not about taking a leap of faith towards your person here. That Fool card has to do with yourself. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, of course, it can be, it may have been a little bit, it may have proven to be, let's say, a struggle to go towards your person here in your reading. But what it also talks about here in your reading, it's actually been, well, I want to just say here in your reading, because your person hasn't taken or come towards you here, or taken the step towards you, it's coming in that way here, guys. Yeah, you've had to carry on. That's what it's saying. But you still love your person. You still love the Hierophant guy. And that's the truth here in your reading. See, what I also pick up with the Ten of Pentacles here in your reading, it's coming in as independence, being independent here. Yeah, of course, these can come in as a certain way when it comes to your person, all right? But there is also a flip side to this here, guys, and it is actually coming in as the flip side here in your reading. It's coming in as there's a huge difference between you and your person. And when I spoke about what was going on with you, well, that's the complete opposite for this person in terms of appreciation, in terms of getting to know people here, in terms of class and how you see people. You're coming in with humility. That's different when it comes to your person, because they're coming in with the Four of Cups here in your reading. Like I said, it's got to do with, I mean, there is a lot to be said here in your reading. So there is an element of ignoring and avoiding here for your person. There is when you're coming in with the Four of Cups here in your reading. All right, let me carry on here. Now you are coming in with the Three of Cups. You have the Three of Swords, and you're coming in with the Four of Swords here, guys. It's in complete contrast to your reading. Okay? See, potentially here, because you're over there doing what you're doing, alright? You're not the one that's coming in with this Fourth Cup, to be quite honest. Here in your reading, this Fourth Cup has to do with other people here. You're coming in with Seven Cups here. See what it talks about here. Either way here, guys. You're coming in with, there's a lot in terms of your person, their environment here. It's totally different from your environment. I don't know how else to say it. Your person is dealing with so many people that want their time and attention. See, they see your person as the one here, and I'm not saying anything about that in your reading, but what I get with the Four of Cups and the Three of Cups here is that your person potentially here, your person has options. They have options here, and of course they may see you as an option here, but this Four of Cups, I don't know how else to say it here, but this Four of Cups has nothing to do with you. This has to do with people around your person. This is what it talks about. See, your person's not an obstacle and a challenge. I don't know how else to say that here. They're actually an obstacle and a challenge to the people that want their time and attention. That's what it talks about. I mean, that's how it's coming in. The High Priestess in the Fool card is absolutely separate from the rest of your cards. Now, you are coming in with the Three of Swords, and you are coming in with the Knight of Swords here. So potentially, here in your reading, what it talks about there is that for your person, potentially here, coming in with the Knight of Swords, there's something here that is seen as fast communication here in your reading. But what I get there in your reading, there is, well, they don't know how to communicate when you're coming in with the Knight of Swords. It's just regurgitation here, guys. It's just all out here. That's how I see the Knight of Swords. And I'll be honest with you here, because they don't know how to be deep and meaningful here, because they don't understand their emotions. Here, that's how it comes in. Because they don't connect things back to themselves. Now, when I spoke about the High Priestess and what you went through here, you connected those dots for yourself here in your reading. What it tells me here in your reading, Taurus, is that you have people watching you. That's what it talks about. So let me just get some advice. There's a lot going on in your person's environment here. Oh, what am I allowed to know? What are we allowed to know? Excuse me. Advice for Taurus. Thank you. Advice for Taurus. Advice for Taurus. Yeah, it was coming out. Oh my gosh. So you have the Hanged Man, and you were also coming in with the Page of Swords. Changes is what it's talking about here in your reading. Going through changes, some major changes here. I did get awkward here in your reading. There was a few things that were going on in terms of your person here. It's an awkward decision is what it talks about here. So you already know what's going on with your person, which is why you're taking the leap of faith and you're doing things for yourself. The focus here isn't your person. This Page of Swords could actually be your person here. Okay, I am going to leave it there, Taurus. Reach out and book an image reading with me, eh? Alright, thank you very much for your video, and I'll catch you later. Bye.